Alright guys, the mailman just left the house and left a package from Matt in Colorado. He's with the Northern Colorado Search and Rescue. And he's got a couple of locks, but they all have this sticker. I don't know if this is an official search and rescue lock that they use for maybe gates or something. This thing has been through the ringer, been quite beat. He said he did pin it up as a challenge lock, and we do have a key conveniently mummified right there on the side. So we're not going to mess with that stinking key because we don't need it. We're going to pick this thing open, hopefully. All right. Try it like that. And I'm going to take him at his word that this thing works. If it doesn't, we'll never see the video. Let's see. I'm going to try a new pick. You guys have seen, this is Rev Tattoo's custom pick. And when I saw the keyway on this Master Pro Series, I figured it would go right in there. I'm only counting 5 pins, guys. It's kind of tight, even with this 15 thousandths, and it's dragging, but I think there's only 5 pins in there. We'll find out soon enough. Alright, top of the keyway. Nice and floppy. Let me move this a little bit, and I'm going to zoom in, so hopefully you'll be able to see if there's any kind of feedback. Alright, I'm going to slide it all the way. The reason I'm using this pick is because I can use it from the bottom of the keyway and kind of angle him crossways, like diagonally across it, up into where the pins are around that warding. So that's my thought process anyway. Okay, light tension. Let's see what we got. I'm looking for a binder. I've got to be a little careful that I'm not trying to pick a piece of warding. Okay, that was pin 2. I got to click off of him. That was pin 2. I got another click off of him. Okay, that was pin 4. He was binding, and I got to click off of him. Okay, that was 5. I got to click. I have no fault set, though. That's the problem here. So I'm thinking the way it's feeling, these are definitely got some serrations in there, like serrated chambers. So I'm really keeping the tension light. With serrations in the chambers, if you have too much tension, then it'll bind on you. Okay, that was pin 1. Still no fault set. No counter rotation, no feedback. Okay, that is pin 5, and I just got a fault set. You know, that was awful far back there. Maybe a pin 6 tucked back there. Looking for feedback. There we go. A little bit of counter rotation on pin 1. Don't you break my new pick. Okay, that was pin 1. I got to click, and now we got our fault set. I'm going to hold the core because my tension wrench is getting loose. There we go. Make sure I didn't bend this guy. It's a one of a kind. Looking for feedback. Very light tension still. That's the core flopping up and down. Okay, a little bit of counter rotation there on what feels like 5. Let me get positioned a little better. A lot of counter rotation on this guy. And there we go. Alright, so pin 5 is probably, let me zoom this thing back out, probably a spool. And I believe there's some serrated chambers, and I'm really sticking my neck out here, but that's what I felt. See what we need here. Okay. Another one of these guys. I think I've got the whole set here now, though. There we go. First one. It is a 7/64. Lucky on the first guess. Okay, we got a quarter moon up in there. Okay, nothing too unusual here. So far, anyway. At least externally, no side pins or anything like that, so that's a good thing. I do have a key, but it's still mummified. We'll get to that later. Let's see if I can just go ahead and open this thing without hurting myself. All right, here we go. All right, when you know it, the mower guy just pulled up next door, I think. I'm probably going to close the door here in a second if we have to. First day it's been nice weather outside here for a while. All right, let's see what we got. I am going to turn it very slightly like that so that the edge of that moon will block those pins from the Bible from coming down, because my half moon won't quite get it. See if we got another one here. There, we got a brass one. We'll just use this guy. I think he'll work. All right, here we go. Okay, we did have 6 pins. All right, stand by. Let me shut that door real quick. They must have been watching this. Okay, you got the video going. It's time to go ahead and turn on some machinery around here. All right, standard, standard, standard. Whoa. We got a standard. Come on, guys. We got a standard and another standard. And it looks like all of these indeed are threaded. Yep, all those are threaded, and there must be some serrated ones up in the top here. Okay, first one is a spool. It's like another commercial spool. He's a little different though. He's got little fat edges. I'll show you in a minute. A little bit different than the other guy. Okay, another commercial spool. Another commercial spool. A serrated, not a very nice serrated, but serrated nonetheless. And the last one is, oops, another spool. All right, let me dump these pins, or these springs, and let's take a look inside here. Yep, this is all threaded as well. Let me put the light behind it. Maybe you guys can get the camera to cooperate. All of these are threaded in the front, those 3, and I'll turn it around, and I think you can see that in the back those 3 are also threaded. So I would have probably put a few more serrated ones in there, but it was nasty enough the way it was. Anyway, here's what we got. It is all standards on the bottom and all spools on the top, except for, looks like number 5. There were 6, but I could have swore I only felt 5 when I was going in there. Probably, maybe because he was on the bottom and I was getting caught up in the wording. I can't explain it, but I only felt 5 going in. So there you go. Matt, thank you, sir, for the lock. Everybody stay safe, stay legal. By the way, big news. By the time this video gets published, the lock picking course will have been completely renovated. Instead of that short placeholder I had up there before, now it's a very extensive lock picking course from very beginner level all the way to very advanced level. I think it's a total of 14 different pages, complete with video clips, graphics, all kinds of cool stuff. So take a look. Let me know what you think. Thanks, guys. All right, you know, I got so excited in the gutting, I completely forgot that we had that key we wanted to take a look at. All right, still taped to the side there. Let me get a knife here, and we will just cut this dude off. See what he looks like. I think you saw from the pins it was pretty extreme bitting, but it's always fun to look at the key. And this is a brand new blade on this knife too. I don't know what I'm having so much trouble with lately. Getting this thing to cut tape off of keys. You guys find like armored, like wire reinforced tape to use. Okay, here we go. We got some, well, he covered up the numbers, but there we go. It is pretty good bitting. 2, 3, 4, yeah. If we looked at the key, we would have seen there's 6 pins, obviously. But like I said, I only felt 5, but there's your pinning. Nice pinning. Very nice for challenge lock. Thanks, guys.